What is something insignificant that you passionately hate? That shark fin shaped spot on my windshield that my wipers can't reach. You should invent a horizontal wiper that goes back and forth on a track. I was thinking about ones that would move in an elliptical motion rather than the radial arc. When you are gonna walk profador and your shirt or backpack etc gets stuck on the handle. Or when the earphones cord gets caught as you're walking by and they get violently yanked out. Fills me with irrational rage every single time. In these unprecedented times, now more than ever, we would like to tell you that we care, but not enough to provide benefits or a living wage. Just know that we are all in this together. Your pal, Bruges Bagels. Putting on the brights to compensate for a dead headlight. Or people who just use the brights all the time and are inconsiderate of other drivers. Oh. And those newer headlights that are blue tinted, don't know what they are called, and are stupid bright. I have chronic migraines and that shit gives me one every damn time. When the microwave keeps beeping, even after you've opened the door to get your food out, like I know it's done. That's why I'm opening it. You don't need to keep screaming at me, thanks. Best thing I ever googled is the mute combo for my microwave. Most microwaves have a hidden function. Like hold down button 2 to turn off the beep notification. Saves my sanity and hearing. I need to look this up for my mom's microwave. It gives 4 very loud, shrill beeps when it's done, and if you don't get the food out within a minute, it does it again. If you hit the cancel button, it beeps 4 times quickly, as though it just has to get in those beeps. I hate that microwave. I hate when it's 4 beeps. It's just one too many. I just prefer groups of 3, I guess. Just one short beep is enough. What do these designers think we are microwaving? That it's so dire we hear that it's done. Like, we are fucking hungry! Exclamation mark. I'm not about to forget about my hot pocket. Trust me. People who try to get on the elevator before letting people off. Or onto the bus before letting people off. Or the train. People who talk on speakerphone or listen to music/videos without headphones in public. Literally no one else wants to be subjected to your noise pollution. Stop it. Pretty sure this was the one of the lost commandments. Thou shalt duck off with that bullshit. Something like that. It's number 11. Moses had that shit written down. True story. People who stand in a 30-minute line but wait until they get to the register to look at the menu. Mine is kind of like this. Why doesn't a drive-thru have 2 menus? I hate how I'm waiting behind another car for 5 minutes and can't see the menu. Then when I pull up and can finally see the menu, they ask me what I want right away. The local Jack in the Box has a double menu set up in the drive-thru. The first menu is exactly 1 car length in front of the actual ordering menu. It's lovely. Groups of people who block the entire sidewalk as they walk and talk. Walking so slowly without regard for anyone else. My dad always taught me to be a person that pays attention to their surroundings. It bothers me also when people do this. If they are a full-grown adult, sometimes I say something. I feel like a parent telling random people this. People that walk through busy pedestrian areas with zero self-awareness. You know, the ones almost bumping into you as they are glued to their phones. Stopping suddenly in front of you to gaze in a window. 4 people walking spread out and making others step into the street. The list goes on. Or stopping to do their stuff right in middle of the doorway. People that pull out in front of you when no one is driving behind you and then drive 20 miles an hour. This. Fundamentally, I don't mind people pulling out in front like this. But if you do, duck and gun it. The rule I was taught was that if the person you pulled out in front of has to slow down, you should have waited or accelerated faster, though this is my own addition. Ick, now that little bit of soda at the bottom of the can that you can never reach. Edit. This is my absolute greatest pet peeve. Thank you for everyone who agrees with me. But if something knocks over the can, it will magically be able to spill out. Yet when I snap my spine into 20 different pieces bending over backwards for that little sip, it won't even go near the exit of the can. Video game ads that don't show actual gameplay footage, or the ones that show what looks like a fun game. but is actually just another Candy Crush. I'm looking at you. Homescapes. That's so many mobile game ads. It feels like there are 3 types of mobile games. Shitty Match 3, Shitty Kingdom Builder, and Shitty MMORPG. Don't forget about Shitty Gacha. Commercials that have the food cannibalize each other. Just why? Not exactly cannibalism, but the Pop-Tart commercials make me rather uneasy, especially the one with the newborn Pop-Tart getting eaten by the nurse. Particularly uncomfortable. People who watch TV or movies on their phone, without headphones in the break room. Edit. Thanks for the awards. People who spend 10 minutes circling a half-full parking lot to find a marginally closer spot to the store in trance. If they just picked a parking spot a bit further out, they'd be in the store already instead of circling. And their incessant circling creates traffic for people trying to leave the lot or walk to their car. Just park 15 spots further away already. I always preferred parking far away. Less dumb ducks. Less likely for someone to hit your car. 2. When the audio and the video don't sync up by more than half a second. Even a tenth of a second. Really? It only takes a tiny discrepancy for the brain to freak out that something's not right. People who are making a phone call while simultaneously making a transaction with a live human being in front of them. Yeah, I'm here for my meds. Hold on 1 second. I know. Jake. Isn't that crazy? I thought the same thing. My birth cert? Okay. Just get off the damn phone. So rude. I went to pick up my meds one day and the lady in front of me was on her phone and the poor pharmacist couldn't get a word out to her. Before the lady left, the pharmacist let her have it and told her she's not even supposed to help her if she's on her phone and she can't effectively do her job if the woman isn't answering her questions. I loved seeing the pharmacist get harsh with the lady. She needed a big ol' wake up call. It is rude for customers to speak on the phone while interacting with anyone in person. But when a pharmacist is trying to instruct you on your medication, it is rude and stupid. People when there's a clear lineup at a gas station till bust out a massive wad of lottery tickets, and then you spend 10 minutes listening to a who or not a winner when you just want to get to work. I agree. But also, if they win they spend ages picking out new tickets to buy. On a related note, I hate when people park at the pump and are not getting gas. I have an aunt who turns on her cell phone when she needs to call someone. When she is done she turns it off. No one can ever reach her. So at the end we always call her husband. It's for my convenience, not yours. Does she say this? She never stated that, but I would say that's spot on. She always thinks she is above everyone. Edit. Grammar. When people inappropriately use an apostrophe in the plural form of a word. Sunday's apostrophe. My manager wrote, because Christmas is this Friday, employees will be allowed to wear jeans to work on a whiteboard. I couldn't stop staring at it. I didn't say anything but I discreetly erased the apostrophe when no one was looking. Lol. Wear jeans what? The suspense is killing me. And have we even asked Jane about this? My wife leaving the microwave on a random number instead of zeroing it out so the time displays. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. People that are ahead of me in the gas station buying a shit ton of lottery tickets or scratchers, then they stand at the counter to scratch them off, lose, and then buy more. Rinse and repeat. Leaving shopping carts randomly in the parking lot. You'll probably enjoy the channel Cart Narcs on YouTube then. It's a dude who just confronts people too lazy to put their cart away. Lousy bones. The sound of windshield wipers squeaking or skipping on the glass. Being asked, are you sure about really trivial decisions? Semicolon. Them, do you want a Coke or Pepsi? Apostrophe. Me. Coke. Them, are you sure? Apostrophe. Me. Oh god, I don't know. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Throw self off building. Kinda unrelated, but reminds me of when I say something as clearly as possible and they still ask, what do you mean? Me. I had a big breakfast. Dad, what do you mean? Question mark? Question mark? What about that statement confuses you or requires more clarity? The phrase "well touch base." It absolutely grates on me. I have no reason to hate it. I just do. You seem pretty upset about that. Let's circle back to it later and well touch base on your opinions more. Make sure we can leverage what we've already discussed in this meeting. When I see new neighborhoods being built with houses starting at least $650K, and they have no yard and the houses are literally 3 feet apart from each other. Ah yes, affordable family first time buyer houses. In the Vancouver area, these homes start at $1 million, and you can touch both houses by holding your arms out. And they tore down a beautiful pre-war craftsman style house to build it, and cut down all the trees. Walking behind slow walkers, trying to overtake fast walkers. You walk slightly faster than them. So to walk past them, you have to walk at a comically fast speed. I think I just regurgitated a comment I've seen on AskReddit before. The lies where I'm not hunting you shuffle. The Romeo and Juliet trope. Exactly. Do people not realize Romeo and Juliet is a tragic story about warring families and the death of 2 teenagers? It is not a love story. Considering that I now work at a grocery store, people who leave refrigerated/frozen items not in the refrigerators or freezers, and sometimes people who try to start a conversation, just leave me alone and let me ring you out so you can leave. Edit. Also people who leave broken items on/near the shelves. Almost got a knife to the knee tonight. Make sure you frequently go down the laundry detergent aisle. People like to stick their unwanted raw chicken behind the containers and can't be bothered to tell anyone about it. People that don't use their turn signals. Fuck them. Managers who insist on calling meetings and giving long-winded instruction about some mistake or infraction 1 or 2 people committed instead of having the balls to just go talk personally to the 1 or 2 people. It will be no shocker to you to know that studies in education have found this method of correction to be spectacularly ineffective. It's counterproductive because the people being wrongfully corrected are less likely to comply in future. People who have every sound notification enabled on their phones, down to the fake keyboard clicking noise it makes when composing a text. People who wear an excessive amount of perfume/cologne. I don't mind if you want to wear a nice subtle scent, but if I can still smell you even after you've left the room, it's too much. The saying is, I believe, perfume is best discovered, not announced. The fact that the word palindrome isn't a palindrome. Phonetics isn't spelled phonetically either. Same problem with onomatopoeia too. When they lick their finger to turn the page. Used to work at a bank and had a coworker who would do that counting money. Absolutely psychotic. The tellers at my bank have these small round dishes that contain a pink substance. Maybe beeswax. They'll run a finger across it so they don't have to lick their fingers. Chewing with your mouth open. Talking with food in your mouth. Especially when someone host streaming is doing it. You've got a microphone in front of your face and you think it's cool to just loudly chew into it? I find that whole ASMR thing absolutely revolting, honestly. I can't stand it. People who pronounce tissue without the sh sound, but with an S sound. What's the issue with it? Forced work get-togethers that involve group icebreaker games. Please just trust that a group of professionals know how to talk to each other without needing that shit. People who stand and talk in the middle of the walkways and aisles at stores. Come on now, Cindy and Tammy. I know you haven't seen each other in a month, but find somewhere else to chat. Homie, just trying to get some Wheaties and y'all standing in the way. One rule at house parties was always, no doorway conversations. Thank you essential workers, while they continue to pay them minimum wage and do nothing to show them they care. Essential to me making money from their work. Apostrophe. When my brother always drinks the rest of the milk or juice or something and leave the empty carton in the fridge. When Reddit posts have the number of upvotes hidden, I always assumed it's just some lag. I also assumed I never gave a duck. Turns out I was right. Hey PSSST, please subscribe and like.